What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic weekend. It is Sunday night, a little after 8:15 here, but I've got a little update because, of course, today is June the 2nd. So we've been talking about it for a couple of months. The post-June 1st ramifications with the cap and everything that's been going on. A couple of other things, dabbled in here. Want to talk about the rookie cap hits. Want to show you what the cap space is for the Philadelphia Eagles here. And that's including, Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelce. And of course, I know a lot of you will want to ask me about James Bradberry as you do. So I brought that information along as well. And you'll see the top 51 cap hits as it sits currently. And as we go through all this stuff, I'll show you the work. I'll do it. Don't worry. And I try to simplify it as much as I could to show you how this stuff works. And then we'll look at the cap space available after all of these things go down. So I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time here tonight. Appreciate you hitting the like button, sharing this stuff, subscribing to the channel, everything you're doing to support it. I cannot thank you enough. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Any kind of questions, comments you guys have, I'd love to hear from you. And look, we're going to rock and roll here. Try to make this a quicker one so people want this information, they can tune in and see it. But again, love to hear from you. You're watching this later, whatever it may be. But let's rock and roll here, my man Doyle. Let's go, Birds. Hope you're doing well, my friend, and appreciate you getting that question in yesterday. Good talking to you guys on Sicko Saturday. But let's start this off with the current cap space, and we went over this with Cooper DeJean. We talked about what his cap hit was a couple of weeks ago. That stuff all finally went on the book. So you can see the math that I did for you then. It all turned out exactly this number that we talked about. So 26,762,751. That is what, if you were to look it up, that's what it looks like right now. And here are the top 51 cap hits. We talked about that. So Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelce, still sitting there. So we've talked about this in case you've missed it, but it's kind of just like when they retire, treat it as if they have been cut. So it will go down like that with the money. And I will show you that here in a second. But you can see that, Kelce and Cox, they are on the left. They are some of the, bigger cap hits that we have. And that money a lot of it will become dead money over the next couple of years. And there's more money that is owed to them. But that's how, how he makes these things work with that dead money. But you can see here, this is the top 51. And, the back end here, looking at Tyler Hall, Rick Lovato, those guys, we talk about the offseason. It's the top 51 cap hits. That is what your salary cap consists of. So when the season starts, it'll be your top 53. It'll be your practice squad, anyone on IR. The only people that don't count against it are the suspended players. So you can see, and obviously I have it color coded where if it's a new player to the team, whether that be a rookie or a signing or a traded player, they are, their position is in white, names in green. So you can see how Howie works his magic with, signing players and these draft picks, obviously not costing you too much here. You see two of the rookies there. I have Quinyon Mitchell already added in. I'll explain that here in a second. But if you watch the show, we have known these cap hits, before the draft here. So I always try to keep you up to date with that. But I'll show you the updated look at that top 51 here at the end of the show after we do some work here. But again, I had mentioned, James Bradberry. I know a lot of people want to ask, why is he still on this team? Why this, that, the other thing? And look, we have the roster space. He's a veteran. Maybe, you could find someone that would trade for him. And I think that he's 31, and we all know we owe him some money here. It's, the cap hit this year is $4.3 million, but, he's one of those guys that got one of those contracts that has that dummy, those dummy years. And, he's got like 27 million still owed to him after this year. So that will all, get pushed on to the next couple of years if, he were to be released or whatever goes down here. And you can see if you get rid of him, the point I always made was after June 1st is when the money would make sense, because you could see here, you'll take on a bunch of, dead money. You're not saving any money. The only money saved is in green. So you can see There are 4 different methods here: restructuring, extending, cutting, or trading. And then there's pre and post June 1st. But post June 1st, you don't save anything, but you only take a $4.3 million cap hit with that dead money. So that's why it made more sense. And if you want to trade him, you could save a little bit. But just with all the youth we have here, I don't know that James Bradberry will be back as a Philadelphia Eagle. But it's not to say that he can't be here. And I know there are some people out there that want to keep him. And look, I liked him as a player. And last year, he really struggled. Maybe the age, catching up with him, and that happens. But Darius Slay, you got Quinyon Mitchell here, Isaiah Rodgers. I think people continue to sleep on, but you brought back Avonte Maddox, Zach McPherson. You've got Eli Ricks, Kaylee Ringo. Tyler Hall was brought in that we mentioned, and there are a plethora of players here. Cooper DeJean, who can play all over the place. I just think that it's looking not too great for him, and even that Sean Stevens kid, I like the young man. So. I don't know, man. Maybe you find something, a 6th, 7th round pick, somebody willing to take that contract. But I think maybe you let him go, and this could be that time you do it. But again, you wouldn't save anything. But I just wanted to show you that just in case you guys missed any of that. And I know people are always asking about it. So that way you guys have somewhere to come and find it. But yo, my man Troy, appreciate you, my man. And look, I know you are always busy working on the railroad, and that's what's up, my man. Glad to see you're safe, and I know you're busy. I'm always a busy man. I get it, dude, and I do my best to get these out. And I tell you, you guys ever miss them? Always love to hear from you, but always happy when you guys are able to make these live. So hope you are doing well, my friend. We're here. We're talking some cap space, and I'd mentioned, Fletch and Kelce here. And obviously, those are moves that are going to happen because they retired. So, talked about it. Obviously, not trading them or anything like that. Again, you look at it like they're being cut. And the reason we talked about this again, that they weren't off the books yet, is because you just wait. And post June 1st, you see that you actually save $1.2 million. Yes, you will have some dead money, but his money is accounted for on the cap. So do not fear. I will show you that math here in a second. So 1.21 save there. And then Kelce, post June 1st, that is 1.5 mil. So we're going to look at that 2.71 million saved from the both of those guys. Now, what you're doing is you're not adding that 2.7 to the cap because, well, you're taking them off. Their money will become dead money. That money that you just saw, that will become dead money. And now this is your savings, but you just have to replace them with 2 guys. Now, they were not on the top 51. That's Jalix Hunt and then Jacob Harris. So what you're doing is you're replacing Kelce and Cox with Hunt and Harris. So really, you're saving $688,312. That's how much money you actually save on the cap here. So not much, but hey, now you're at $27,451,062. That is the cap with that stuff going down. So once that stuff does go onto the books, you will see the Eagles with $27.4 million, which is fantastic, right? But you always hear people, well, the rookies, their cap. Yeah. All of the other rookies have been signed. That I just mentioned Jalix Hunt, and you'll see him here again in a second. But Quinyon Mitchell, he is the other rookie here that we're waiting. He is the final rookie that we are waiting for to see signed. But I will show you his money now. And one of the things I mentioned is the fact that I have shown you, these cap hits for a while now, but this is all of the guys' cap hits. And now with, Devontae Parker not being here, some things happening. John Ross doesn't cost that much. So Jalix Hunt will count against the cap here in a second, you'll see. But so will DeJean and Mitchell. The other guys, their cap is not high enough to affect it in the offseason here. So we're taking Quinyon Mitchell. We know that his cap hit will be 2.69 there. We're going to take that $2,694,092. We're going to subtract it from Jacob Harris because we just talked about Hunt and Harris being the last 2 now, right? Because they replaced Cox and Kelce. Well, Harris, not a very long time there at the top. Now he's being kicked back off the top 51. And Quinyon Mitchell will replace him. And right there, you can see, so this right here is the money that actually goes against the cap, not the 2.6 mil. It's the $1,696,592. That is what you are subtracting from the cap. So if we take that money that we just saw, with the Cox and Kelce savings and all that great stuff, we're going to subtract Quinion Mitchell's total hit. That's that 1.6 mil. And you can see that the Eagles, after all that stuff goes down, will still have over 25 million with $25,754,470 million. Howie, I just don't believe that this man is real. It's incredible to see his work. And, now I'm going to show you what the top 51 will be with all those moves that I just mentioned there. So we're taking Cox and Kelce off. We're adding Quinion Mitchell, who I already did. But I took those other two guys off. So now you add Calcaterra, and now you add Jalix Hunt here. So those are the top 51 cap hits now. And again, you can see the color-coded players in each row here, how Howie continues to work his magic. I mean, look at C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Becton even was a starter. Devin White. Holy hell, dude. Bond and Burks down there. You see Aquara to the right, Azoma, Campbell, Davis Price, Lewis, Isaiah Rodgers, and Tyler Hall near the bottom. I mean, wow. Saquon Barkley below Bryce Huff, and, there's Bradberry in the middle of them. But, dude, Howie has so much money that you can do whatever the hell you want with this. So those are the top 51 cap hits. And with all of that stuff and the dead money that we have going on right now, and people always want to complain about the dead money. Well, they've got dead money right now. I don't care about dead money. That's how much money they have at this moment. And that's with all the rookies accounted for, everything else. So if they wanted to sign anybody or trade for anybody, they have it. And if they want to save some money for next year to roll over, or in the middle of the season something happens, you need to trade for somebody, they've got all that money, man. $25,754,470. Yeah, they have like 37 mil in dead money. Who gives a damn? They have money right now that they can spend. I promise you, Howie knows what he's doing. He knows when the cap is going up, how he's going to be able to spend. And look, man, you see it right there in front of your eyes that the Eagles have plenty of cap space to change this roster however they see fit. And I know a lot of people would still love to add Justin Simmons. I would totally love it. Would love to see Budda Baker maybe traded for. Some safety depth would be nice. I've talked about getting another tight end here. So there's a lot of things the Eagles could still look to do. Maybe an upgrade at running back. Maybe another wide receiver to compete with some of these younger guys. Lot of things they could still look to do, and they've got the money to do whatever the hell they want. Maybe they want to extend Milton Williams. Whatever the hell they want to do, I promise you, they can do it. My man, Mario, let's go. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. Just doing a little math here, talking some birds. But I hope you had a great weekend, and I appreciate you taking the time. John, my man, you sicko. Let's go, baby. But I worked yesterday. It was a super long day. Today, I mowed lawn. I'm like really just beat, and then I got to go right back to it next week. I'm like, dude, I didn't really get a chance to relax. Son of a but, dude, no, I got to see spend a little time with family here. So I enjoyed it, man. And I hope you had a great weekend yourself. And I hope you guys enjoyed all of those numbers there. But try to do my best to keep you up with all the cap. And remember, this is for the off season. So once the regular season begins, it's the top 53. So all the players on the roster, practice squad, all of the IR players. So I'll always keep you up to date. But right now, the Eagles have so much money, it does not matter. I promise you. They're going. And when that stuff does happen, you honestly only need a few million, so over 20 million to do it whatever you please. So let's go. But if you enjoyed this show, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Appreciate you all sharing this stuff. Again, subscribing, everything. Truly, I truly thank you. And I hope you all had an awesome weekend. Let's go have ourselves an awesome week coming up here. I'll be going on vacation in a couple weeks here. I'm excited about that. So, yeah, but that's all I've got for you tonight. You guys watching this later, or maybe you're thinking of something later, you have any questions, comments, whatever it is, would love to hear from you down below. You need anything else, you need a friend, anything, I always say it because I truly mean it. I appreciate you guys. I do. So always try to be there for you as you are all there for me. Thank you all. Hope you have a great Sunday night. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!